Today is December 30th, 37 hours till 2020, to a new decade, to a new millennial, I mean, to everything, right? And so I have been working on my predictions for 2020. I hope y'all are doing great. Hey, Elizabeth Lyons, welcome to the show. Marcus Stone is in the house. I'm so glad to see y'all. Now, in a few minutes, I'm going to put up a link so that you all can jump on. I can take up to 6 at a time that you can come on and you can jump on and talk about what you think about my predictions for 2020. Now, some of them are my predictions and some of them are based on facts. But before I talk about the future, I want to talk about the past. So think about coming into the year 2000. So I want to give y'all some roadmaps and some things that happened and some milestones starting in the year 2000. And then we'll go from there. Let's see who's on. We've got Michelle McLean, Judy, Ashley, hello. Sherry Matthews is in the house. Sandy, how are you? Now, some of these y'all say just Facebook users, so I don't know why I'm not getting your names on there, but share this out. Please share it out. I want to get as much feedback as we can. So if you guys have noticed, and I've gotten a lot of texts about it, I've been laying kind of low in the month of December. Partially is my mom has been in the hospital. She fell down and broke her ankle, and gosh, it's just been a road for her, I'll tell you. So we've been dealing with some family stuff. Got sick at Christmas, been down for the count, my husband and I both. But the whole time I've been working and working and working because 2020 is going to be an amazing year. But I thought, how do you plan for the future if you don't look back at the past? So I'm going to take y'all back. Hey, Dara, how are you? Andrea Lopes is in the house. Anyways, okay, so let's talk about it. Between the years of 2000 and 2011, how do we ever forget September 11th of 2001? That'll definitely be a day that defined our nation. Michael Jackson dies. Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Barack Obama elected as president in 2008. The economy collapses in 2008 and 2009. President Reagan dies. The 2000 Florida elections, the hanging chads. Who could ever forget? A plane landed, a very famous plane landed on the Hudson. And it's funny because my agent represents Scully also. And sometimes when I tell him, I say, well, why didn't I get that gig or whatever? And he's like, because you didn't land a plane on the Hudson. So every time I see that. So Sheldon, if you're watching, you know I'm listening when you say those things to me. And I wrote here, founded Austin Mortgage. And I'm really proud of that because in January 1st, which was 20 years ago, so I was very early 30s, I founded my first, I'd founded other companies before, but I'd founded my mortgage company, Austin Mortgage Associates. And that's when I really went out big time and hired a big staff and loan officers and loan processors. And I'm super proud to say, under my husband's leadership, that we'll be celebrating our 20th anniversary, January 1st, which is in 2 days, which is in 37 hours or 36 hours and 55 minutes. 20 years of success in the mortgage industry. Very, very proud of that. Okay, so let's go now. So let's jump to the next decade, 2010 to 2020. What's been happening the last 10 years? Because before we look forward, we got to look back. 2011, Kate and Will got married. So for all you royalists out there, which I am personally one of those people, that was a big deal. 2011, Osama bin Laden dies. 2012, Hurricane Sandy. 2012, Barack Obama reelected. 2013, the Boston Marathon, the bombing. 2015, a billionaire out of New York throws his name in the hat. 2016, terrorist attack in the Orlando disco. 50 killed, 53 wounded. 2017, Elon Musk launched SpaceX. And 2018, Zuckerberg responds to Congress. So as you can see, if you look at decade to decade, what has happened and how as a society that we have moved forward. So now we're going to start talking about what does the future look like. So if you all believe anything in predictions, which I always like to go kind of all the way from the right to the left, let's talk about the predictions for the future. And now put your hand up there. Have you guys shared this out? Please share it out. If anybody out there is follows Nostradamus. Let me know out there if you follow Nostradamus, because Nostradamus has some very interesting things to say about 2020. Let's see. Let me get to Nostradamus and stuff. Okay, here we go. Nostradamus predicts North Korea and South Korea will merge. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Commercial space travel. I kind of believe that one because of SpaceX. The U.S. will become increasingly unruly. And for those of you, some people this is going to make very happy, and some people it's going to make unhappy. But there will not be a change of the guard at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Financial difficulties for Italy. Russia and the Ukraine will make peace. That's almost like North and South Korea. And ISIS could trigger a third world war. Wow. All right. So let's talk about, so now we know where we came from the last 20 years. We know what some of the predictions are from people like Nostradamus. Now, here's another prediction from one of the great business analysts out of New York. So I'm going to take you all the way from the left over to the right, right? And these sound like they might be a little more based on fact versus on astronomy or whatever it was that Nostradamus used back in the 1500s. 2020, self-driving cars with BMW coming out first. Big cannabis on the up, which I don't know if that's really big news or not, but okay. 26% of worldwide energy will be met by using renewables. That's actually good news. How about this one? 4 billion internet users in 2020. Electric cars without range anxiety. That would be awesome. And virtual reality to be a mega industry. All right, so I've got way more to talk about, but I want to hear what you all are thinking. What does 2020 look like for you? Now, I just want to caution you. I'm seeing so many things on social media about, oh, I'm making, all of the resolutions. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, y'all, let me just tell you, 95% of resolutions are broken. So versus making resolutions, make a plan, right? Make a plan. And so those are some of the things we're going to talk about. So who out there has made a plan? I'm going to share a link, and who wants to jump on and talk about it with me? Let's see. Okay, I just put in the link. So let's see out there who wants to jump on and have that discussion. And while I'm waiting for someone to jump on and have that discussion with me, Elizabeth Lyon says, don't just talk about it, do it. And I'll tell you, she was great for me because I talked about, in fact, writing my book, Car Buying Her Way, which you can see the big thing up there, my big book cover. And Elizabeth helped that happen. It's not easy writing a book. I can tell you that right now. It's probably one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life, at least on Crushing Mediocrity. I had a wonderful co-author, which was my best friend, Renee Bangelsdorf. And, but this one was all on me. And Elizabeth was one of the greatest editors and cheerleaders I've ever worked with. So if you are writing a book, absolutely reach out to my girl, Elizabeth. All right. So I started looking forward to what's going to happen? What are some of the trends going to be coming into 2020? So I looked at social, I looked at business. So on social media, which seems to be such a hot button out there, right? Hot button. Yeah. Shelly says there's no resolution for her. She's making a plan. Got to make a plan, people. Forget the resolutions. If, I would weigh 105 pounds if I stuck to all my resolutions over the years. Oh, and Hans says, hello from Oslo, Norway. Hello, Hans. How are you? Happy New Year. I don't think it's New Year there yet. Are you ahead of us or behind us? Let us know. So social, here are the trends, the hot trends for 2020. And this is so important, y'all. I mean, seriously, shorter content will continue to perform well. I see some of you out there with these 1-hour shows, dragging things on and on and on, and that's not where it's heading. 1,000,000%. Video is king, or in my world, queen, future's female. But shorter content will continue to perform well. Number 2, emergence of niche networks. TikTok, Reddit, Tumblr, and LinkedIn. TikTok, Reddit, Tumblr, and LinkedIn. All right. Social commerce is on the rise. Now, I know just everybody who's on here, and most of you I know, social media, it's everything. I do so much business on social, and I know a lot of you do also. But you've got to be relevant, right? It's not just like, hey, I'm popping on to say hi. Like, You've got to come on and you've got to bring value to people. You've got to show people you're serious, right? James Rooker, good morning, my friend. Yes, Shelly Jean, 1-minute videos. Absolutely. There'll be a continued rise in video marketing, which we know that, because you got to go where the people are. And you wait till I share some stats with you. Now, I'm only going to share you the billions, okay? We know. I've named some of the new up and coming rising social media places to be. But let's just share some tried and true numbers. Everybody out there says, Facebook is dead. I hate Zuckerberg. Well, the numbers don't lie. And Facebook has 2.41 billion, that's billion with a B, users, which makes them the #1 social media platform still. So I don't care if your kids say that you're not cool if you're on social media, or if you're on Facebook, which I think I've been accused of that from my kids. It's still the place to be if you're in business. YouTube coming in at #2 at 200 billion users. WhatsApp, which now I thought that was only for calling my friends across the pond, but WhatsApp has 1.6 billion users. There's a new one that I've never heard of. Throw me some hearts out there if you all have ever used it. WeChat, 1.1 billion users. Wow. And then Insta comes in at #5. And I only named the top 5 that are in the billions, because why would any of us ever want to play small? And that's Instagram at 1 billion. But Facebook still has 2.5 times more reach than Instagram does. So all you Instagram stars out there, don't give up on your Facebook dreams. Excuse me. Glenn Lundy is in the house. Hello. Okay, are you guys able to jump on? I posted a link. I'm going to post it again. Can you jump on? Because I want to get your thoughts. Jump onto that StreamYard link, and I think I can bring you on. But let's try. Let's see what happens. If not, that best laid plans, that's okay. How do you guys like? Okay, so the other thing I've done the last 6 days is I've just gotten got my house in order, because 2020 is amazing. So the next 60 days, let me tell you about my 3 huge speaking gigs that I've been hired for. Miracle Ear in Las Vegas, Bloomberg, yes, Bloomberg sales team, vice president of sales. So I'm speaking to Bloomberg's team. I'm the keynote speaker for Bloomberg, and that is in Asheville, North Carolina, and then a company called Citrix. And I'm speaking to their female executives, and I'm super excited about that. And that's just the first 2 months of 2020. So, I've just been doing a lot of studying and practicing. If you guys could see the front end of my office, it's now a film studio. So we've got green screens up and lighting and cameras so that and a teleprompter so that I can make videos and stuff. James, hello, my friend. It'll be a blessing. Yes, Shelly, thank you so much. Sometimes you have to stick with things to get the big gigs, I'll tell you. And I've had the same agent for years, who I absolutely love, out of New York. And he said, Lisa, I think 2020 is your year, because they're all coming. So that's awesome. Oh, Giselle, so you know who Citrix is. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I had a great call with them the other day. I'm just excited to put Bloomberg on my resume. I won't lie. All right. So 8 of the most critical to consider, to ponder. Okay. So these are the 8 industries. These are the 8 things that if you're out there and you're looking, you're going, okay, I want to add a side hustle. I want to grow my business. I want to do something different, or I've got a great business. I want to take it to the next level. Here are 8 of the most critical things to consider and to ponder. Number 1, it's the number 1 thing, customer access. They expect 24/7 access. They do. We have created whatever you want to call it, but that's what they expect. So what are you going to do in your business to create that 24/7 access? I am international in this new year. Okay, Shelly, go girl. I'm trying to, headed back to work. We'll finish the replay later. Okay, Marcus Stone. All right. Being a freelance worker, location independence. You can work from anywhere now, which I absolutely love. I've always said, just let me produce. And if I can do it from an island, leave me alone. People expect hyper workday flexibility, especially with our millennials, people. Customized product service offerings. Nobody wants to look like the other guy or gal. And then flatter team-based organizational structures. It isn't about having one person here, one here, 3 this way, and then 5 down, right? And so those are some of the things that as you're planning your 2020 and you're going into it. Thank you, Michelle. You're so great. God, I just love that woman. And the thing I think I was the most excited about is I kind of wrap up this whole thing. Because again, I'm not going to do a 1-hour show or a 1-hour live stream. It's too much. People can't stay. Look, Marcus Stone, he already had to go, right? Don't overexpose yourself. I guess that's something I want to say, that I think that people can absolutely be overexposed. And you want to build this great social media presence. You want to go into 2020. You want people to listen to what you say. You want them to buy your product. Don't just jump on every time you get a whim or you have a random thought. It isn't good. It just isn't good. So really, really be mindful and really be a strategist. So some of the things that, looking at sectors that are going to be the best sectors in the world to be involved with in 2020. Number one is real estate. It's real estate. And especially if you're living in the right part of the countries. So like I said, I founded probably one of the largest independent mortgage brokers in Texas still, because we actually survived the mortgage meltdown. And in 3 days or 2 days, it's our 20th anniversary, and very proud of my husband, how he carried it on after I retired and went back in the car business. But I've been the secret CMO for years. So when you see things up there, and you're going to see a lot more from me when it comes to that, because Austin, Texas is probably the hottest market in the country when it comes to people moving in. So yeah, real estate, the number one sector, of course, technology being number 2, social media and influencing. That's super big. And this is one I love for all of my people out there, because I've got such a heart for salespeople, because that's how I've made my living over the years, whether I was selling mortgages or insurance. And little known thing about me is, I had a stockbroker's license for a long time. I owned an insurance company, because when I started my mortgage company 20 years ago, I decided very quickly that we already had everybody's information. So I needed an insurance company, which I did do. We did very well with that. And then we added a whole financial services behind it. So being the broker of record, I had to carry all the licenses. So anyways, been very, very involved in that sector for 20 years, just a little more behind the scenes. What is going to need a little push in 2020 going in, it's going to be a little tougher, is going to be the automotive industry. So those of you out there in the automotive industry, going to have to kick it up a notch. It's not going to be as easy as it used to be. But this is one that really excited me for everybody out there. One of the top career choices, one of the top things that you can do for yourself in 2020 is that there's going to be a need for more specialized salespeople. Specialized, laser focused. What is it you do? What is it you sell? How are you an expert? My good friend Sharon Lechter says that all the time. Become an expert in your field. Become the go-to person. Become the person that people go to when they need an expert advice. All right, with all of that being said, hey, Lisa, good morning. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, and God bless you too. James Rooker, boo. What are you saying about boo? Oh, maybe the auto industry. Excuse me. I'm telling y'all, I've been sick. Okay, I'm not saying the auto industry is dead. I'm just saying we're going to see a retraction. We're going to see a retraction. It's happening. I am telling y'all, I have just had it for the last 4 or 5 days, but I actually feel really good today. So what are you going to do? Throw out the resolutions for 2020. Make a plan. Stick to the plan. I've given you a lot of advice, a lot of things that you go do the research on your own. I just wanted to give you a hybrid. I wanted to give you, I started all this research for my keynote for Bloomberg. Can I say that again? Bloomberg. Yes, I'm so excited. That's where I started the research, because that's what they hired me for, is to talk about where is the sales industry going in 2020. All right. Where is it going? We need specialized ninjas. Specialized ninjas. So whatever it is you sell, whether you sell cars, you sell houses, insurance, commodities, financial services, whatever it is, you've got to specialize. You've got to be as good, and you've got to be better than your competitors. Be that go-to person. Don't be just somebody who jumps on Facebook with random thoughts. Be somebody who is a subject matter expert, and you're going to have a great 2020. Kick out the New Year's resolutions, kick in a plan, do the research, align yourselves with really great experts. Follow the experts. Follow people that have been successful, that have proven success. All right. With that being said, I want to wish every single one of you an extremely happy new year. Please be safe out there. It's not amateur night. My husband and I are disappearing for about 3 days, starting tomorrow morning. I'm super excited. And go out there, kick it in the butt, be safe, and I will see all of you in 2020. Bye-bye.